Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our September Shotsuki Hoyo. I will begin today's service with the chanting of Sambujo, followed by the reading of the names of this people of this month. Namanda, Samanda, Samanda, Samanda. Bujo mida nyorai niudo jo Bujo Shakanyurai Niudo Jo San Ge Aku Pujo Jipo Nyorai Niudo Jo San Ge Aku. The members of the Between come together today virtually to observe our September Shotsuki Hoyo. This is our monthly memorial service remembering friends and loved ones who have passed away in the month of September. They are Harry Kashiwada, Bob Sumner Wesley Burmeister. We realize in the cherished memory of those we love that we have lost, the impermanence of all the world is revealed. May the fragrance of the incense teach us the purity of our intentions. May the flowers offered remind us the delicate truth of life's impermanence. And may the light that burns brightly on the altar lead our thoughts to Amida's light of wisdom that dispels the darkness of selfishness. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Please join me in the chanting of Jusege. Namanda, Samanda, Samanda, Samanda. Agon 초세간 이시무조도 시간 부만족 세이프조쇼각 가오무료코 부이다이세슈 부사이쇼빙구 세이프조쇼각 가시조부츠도 묘쇼초집보 국교미쇼몬 세이프조쇼각 리요크진쇼넨 조에슈번교 시그무조도 이쇼텐닌시 진리키엔다이코 부쇼무사이도 쇼조상쿠묘 고사이슈야쿠난 가이히지에겐 메시코모안 에이소쿠쇼아쿠도 쯔다츠젠슈몬 고소조만족 이요로집보 니치가츠슈주키 텐코엄프겐 이슈카이호조 고소쿠도쿠호 조다이슈추 세포시시쿠 구요이사이부츠 구소쿠슈토쿠헌 간넨시츠조만 토쿠이상가이오 뇨부츠무게치 츠다츠미푸쇼 강가크에릭 도시사이쇼선 시간야코카 다이센오칸도 고쿠쇼텐닝 도진묘케 나만다부 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 간니시크도크 묘도세이사이 논보다이신 오조 아 Please join me in the reading of the three treasures, followed by Sankyemon. Three treasures. Fortunate it is to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Sankyemon. Ninjin ukegatashi ima sudeni uku. Buppo kikigatashi ima sudeni kiku. Kono mikonjo ni mukatte dose zomba. Sarani izure no sho ni mukatte ka kono mi o dosen. Daishu moro tomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tatematsuru beshi. Mizu kara butsu ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani nega wakuba shujo to tomo ni daido wo taige shite mujoi wo okosan. Mizu kara ho ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani nega wakuba shujo to tomo ni fukaku kyōzo ni irite chie umi no gotoku naran. Mizu kara so ni kieshi tatematsuru. Masani nega wakuba nyurai shujo to tomo ni daishu wo tori shite issai muge naran. Mujo jinjin mimyo no ho wa yakusen mango ni mo ai wo koto katashi. Warai ima kenmon shi juji suru koto wo etari. Nega wakuba nyurai no shinjitsu gyo geshi tatematsuran. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, 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 namanda. Good morning again, everybody. Aren't we having some interesting weather? Some cool days, some warm days. Hey, we can't really be complaining. Look what's going around us. Wildfires, floodings, storms. We should be so grateful for the weather we do have. However, we still are in this pandemic situation, and additionally now we are coping with the Delta variant. But we are still told to be safe. Please wear your mask and keep your social distance. And here we thought things were looking good, but we'll do the best we can, right? Today, we are observing our September Shotsuki Hoyo, our monthly memorial service for those loved ones that we have lost in this month. Every year, when their month of passing draws near, we cannot help but think about them again, reminding us of the many meaningful and loving memories with many life lessons we have of them in our hearts. And we cannot help but appreciate how fortunate we were to have had them in our lives. We know that each time we must know loss in life, we realize again that life is not forever. True. This is part of our cycle of life. We are given birth, we live our lives to the fullest, enjoying a meaningful life, and eventually we pass away. End of life in this world. This is the cycle of life. We also know that we are not coping and living our lives by ourselves. We have so many people and things to be thankful for, more so during this pandemic, especially in our advanced phases of our lives. I'm in that phase myself. I do depend on my family a lot. This is the Buddha Dharma, as we all know well. These are the truth of life. The universal law affects everybody, not just the Buddhists. The most essential teachings of Buddhism: impermanence and interdependence. Here's a Buddhistic math to remember this. I plus I equals LOG. To explain this, the first I, impermanence, the teaching that reminds us how much all of us live through many, many changes. The weather, ourselves, the surroundings, animals, everything. Because nothing remains the same. All things are constantly changing. And the other I, interdependence. In our lifetime, we meet so many people in many different ways. In a gathering, maybe, a small gathering, in their home, at church, and in care facilities, especially for some of us as we age and need additional care to be safe and stay healthy. We do depend on so many people and things to live our present life, accepting what comes our way. The LOG of this equation is life of gratitude. I would like to share a thought. This was in late 2018 when I started to conduct monthly services at the Greenhaven Terrace location, where many of our temple members were residents there, or are resident there. These services at the Greenhaven Terrace began when a resident, one of our once very active member, asked if services could be done at that location. Well, after a while, I felt very fortunate to take on this assignment as a privilege to share the Dharma with these members, these residents. The residents were very attentive and okay to be there, as living at home alone became a concern for their families. And the prime concern at the facility was immediate care in need for the safety of these members, these residents. I really enjoy meeting all these people that attended the monthly service I was privileged to conduct. Seeing and talking to them monthly became a regular time as we chanted Jusei-ge, like I did this morning, and recite the golden chain together, and share things about ourselves. After a while, we were on first-term basis and very enjoyable to see each other every third Tuesday of the month. I was able to be with them almost every month through the third Tuesday of February 2020. Then, it was the second week of March 2020 that these services, when the coronavirus shut down many facilities, including Greenhaven Terrace, indicating no visitor, no outsiders to enter these facilities for the health safety of the residents. So my last encounter with these residents was February 2020. It will be close to a year and a half no services there due to the pandemic. And since then, I also noticed we have lost so many church member residents who attended these monthly services. As I remember them coming to the services, usually they sat or located themselves about the same spot or the same place or the same chair, happily sharing small talk with each other and always with a smile. They always made me feel very welcome and I was happy to be with them. If few of the residents didn't feel up to come into the service that particular Tuesday, I had the opportunity to visit them in their comfort area. These residents, these members, taught me so much. Patience, acceptance, and being okay with their present lifestyle, and to be so grateful for the care received. Today, as we remember loved ones we have lost, let us remember again to appreciate the many life lessons that they have taught us, and how fortunate that we have been, that they were so much part of our lives. Remember simply, I plus I equals LOG. Impermanence plus interdependence equals life of gratitude. Thank you for virtually attending this monthly memorial service, this Shotsuki Hoyo. And please enjoy each day with Nembutsu gratitude. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandas, namandas. Next, for a closing gatha, Ondok-san 2, please join Merv Mariyama in singing this gatha. Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandas, namandas. Closing remarks. Thank you for joining me today for our Shotsuki Hoyo for September. I would also like to thank Stuart Ito, our technical expert, for allowing us to be virtually viewed for today's service, and for Merv Mariyama for singing our closing gatha so pretty. I have a few announcements. This Shotsuki Hoyo will be our last Saturday monthly memorial that will be here. As we transition back into our regular schedule, next Sunday, September the 12th, Reverend Matt will have the Dharma service at 9 o'clock, and for this month, luckily for a lot of you, another Shotsuki Hoyo at 10 o'clock. Please try to attend if you missed this one, and if you have forgotten to submit the name of your family that should be recognized for September, you still have time to get it in for the September 12th Shotsuki Hoyo. This will close today's service, and thank you so much for attending. Until next time, thank you very much. Namandas.